Me up.
So how do you think you should get the best salesperson?
So what you've taught me in the past, we have
Yeah.
a couple of YouTube videos on this, we maybe have a podcast about it, but the way that you've taught me and thousands of others in the past is what you do is you call the receptionist at a dealership.
Yes.
And the reason you call the receptionist is because they have no axes to grind. They have no qualms with anyone. They're just the receptionist at the dealership.
Yes.
I remember when I was younger and I would call you all the time and I'd call through the dealership and be like, hey, can I talk to my dad? Generally very sweet, nice people.
Yes.
Now here's what you do, and this is what you taught me.
Yes.
Is you call and you say that you're looking, or you're either helping a neighbor, or you're helping your mother or your grandmother purchase a new car.
Yes.
And you don't know who they should go to, but you're really nervous about sending them to the wrong person because you've heard these horror stories, people going to the car dealership and getting ripped off.
Yes.
And so you call the receptionist.
Yes, you would say, my mother's somewhat elderly, and I really don't want her to be taken advantage of.
Yep.
Who would you recommend? Who at the dealership do you think would because I'm out of town, I can't be there to help my mother. Who would you feel comfortable sending your mother in to see?
Exactly. So this is how you frame it. Like the whole concept of finding the right salesperson to interact with, unless you have a reference, like you talked about earlier.
Yes.
Like if you have a reference, go to your reference because
Yes.
there's that layer of trust already there.
Yes.
And that salesperson probably doesn't want to burn that bridge with that person that referred
Yes.
you, etc. But if you're in a situation where you don't have that, use this little tactic, and it'll generally work because again, that person, this receptionist, they're neutral.
Or as I did for our Aunt Doreen.
Yeah.
When she wanted to get a new car shortly after her husband passed away, I reached out to the general manager at a local Chevrolet dealership, explained who I was, that I've been in the automobile business for 43 years. My dear aunt needs to get a new car. Her husband wanted to get her a new car before he passed away, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do that. So can you extend me some professional courtesy and take good care of my aunt? And the response I got back, oh my God, it would be my pleasure to help her any way I can. I made all the arrangements. She went in. They made it as simple as possible for her. They found the car. There was no.
Yeah, and obviously in your situation, you can't say that like what my dad just said in terms of having that experience in the professional relationship, but you can still leverage that same concept. And the receptionist is definitely
the place to go.
Yeah, because the general manager, although you could do that level,
yes,
it's probably more recommended that you stick to
the receptionist. Yes, absolutely.